Okay, aloha everyone, blessings. I decided to give you a little update from my pool here in Ubud. Yeah, well, today's the day. It's been exactly 8 weeks since I had my little incident, and I've been on this massive rites of passage to become Miracle 2.2. In the last couple of weeks, since the metal was removed from my body, I have been on this massive deep dive, literally, in the pool every day, doing a lot of aquatic therapy, working on physio. I've also had the additional third initiation besides my cervical and my right ankle foot, in the sense of the third initiation being, as soon as I got out of the hospital with the metal removed, I decided to celebrate with a dear brother friend and go out to enjoy a beautiful meal the next day and saw friends, and I had a glass of wine. In that evening, I went to bed and I woke up early in the morning with full body hives, or urticaria, which I haven't had since 2014, just after my mother Angela's memorial. She had hives for 10 years with complications of shingles, and basically it was a massive initiation into my body again to deal with not even just the fractures, but a recapitulation of full body hives every evening, early morning between 12 and 1. And I've been dealing with this for the last 2 weeks, if you can believe it. I certainly could not believe it, but it was a compounding effect, I believe, of the glass of wine, which I actually enjoyed immensely. In the biohacking apothecary of what's possible these days, from NAD to amino acids to all the different iterations of peptides, I decided to get a little bit too far ahead of myself, and I got a little crazy on the peptide stacking. So I do believe that the urticaria hives was also triggered by that. So I had to stop all that stone cold and go into another layer of fasting protocols, liquids, and go into deep dark room epigenetic meditation over the Bali Silent New Year Nepi week, which we've just come out of this last weekend. I've been able to manage my urticaria hives situation, but I think what has really come out of all this pain and suffering with the hives, because it's not only massive histamine around the whole body, but it's also you can't sleep, and really all you got to do is meditate and move through it. There's no cure. I've obviously healed it before, and now I've had to deal with all the unconscious fears, the little mountains out of molehills that have come out of this backlog of subtlety that obviously, through the depression of my immune system, I've had to deal with this bout of hive situation. And it really has triggered, once again, this state of belonging that I've mentioned before, and really diving deep into my own fears and limitations around attracting and actualizing the people that I really consider my hive tribe. And also the loneliness around that, and the fear of not really being able to address the deepest issues around loving your core tribe, or being loved by your core tribe. Especially when everyone is desiring to belong and be loved and being accepted and feeling safe. And obviously this is one of the things that's come up for all of us now more than ever before, is who is our core soul family, who is our tribe, and what does that mean to be in that tribe? Does your tribe really see you? Do they really accept you? Or is it just that, they're there temporarily, or they want to be around you because you're safe or you feel good, but in the end, there's so much trauma and suffering around belonging and accepting others exactly as they are. I really wanted to talk about this today from the pool. I haven't really wanted to see a lot of people in the last couple weeks. I've also just really wanted to dive deep into what the hives were wanting to teach me and accept them. It's been a lot of frustration. It's been a lot of itching. It's been a lot of slapping. It's been a lot of rage and anger coming out of me, especially early in the morning when it hits the hardest, so to speak. And so in some ways, the other things I've been dealing with, which is my neck and my right ankle, have been put aside because I've had to deal with these hives. So I just wanted to say that I've been able to get over the hump of managing them, and what I really have learned is that it's actually not even about healing my body anymore. It's not about focusing on what I want or what I'm attempting to biohack or all the different technologies and scalar wave and Rife technologies and bioenergetics and osteopaths and all the different healers that I'm so grateful for, but it's all matter to matter. It's been really deeply about questioning who I am and who am I becoming. And really this is about becoming the man that I have seen that is capable of holding not only family and having children, but also the village and community and KAMUniversity, and stepping into this vulnerability of looking at accepting the depressed states, the raging angry states. And obviously we have been at war, and there's talk of World War III and everything else that's collapsing, economies, and so many different parts of the world are exploding right now. The ring of fire and flooding and volcanoes and earthquakes, and the continuation of all the things that are changing and transforming our planet has forced us, including myself, to really look at all the different parts of myself in all the cells and atoms and subatomic particles in my body that I don't want to change, or that I've been afraid to change, and having to look at how do I establish peace, and how do I open myself to new perspectives and perceptions, and get flexible around my choices, and also back into my full expression of joy and peace and loving thoughts, and choosing to surround myself with nurturing, nourishing, sensual, beautiful, loving, compassionate, and kind presences, not only in the presence within myself that has been rebelling against that, but also attracting and actualizing that outside of myself. And so the invitation here is to, whatever you're going through, because I'm open sourcing this epigenetic process with you through KAMUniversityPortal, and the vulnerabilities that we're all sharing around the world right now are actually our greatest strengths. And to be able to be humbled enough to go through all the different things that seemingly are compounding, it's bringing us to not only our knees, literally, but into our full salvation and reveal of our soul and our soul star and our connection to the divine and spiritual awareness and awakening that is needed. And not only needed, it must be embodied so that we can come together through consciousness and supernatural means, because the answers are not going to be in the material. They're not going to be in how much money you make. They're not going to be in how much you influence and manipulate and inspire others through manipulation and through the fakery of all the algorithms of artificial mastery. It's going to be through humility and through the desire to connect with humanity and embody together in a conjoined, gentle, graceful leadership way that reveals the exemplification of what's possible when the core tribe really comes together and supports one another through thick and thin, trials and tribulations, very difficult arenas of and avenues within environments that are not ideal. And of course, we need to honor our hermit time and honor our solo time and honor our time alone, but we also need each other. And this is going to be huge in the coming weeks and months and years ahead, because we are going to continuously be challenged to come to the core of our collective embodiment. And I am just one man, but I am moving through what it means to not only exemplify and be transparent with my process of epigenetic wonderment in this body to become whole, but also really look at what needs to change in my consciousness, regardless of whether I heal or become healed or become whole again. This really is about transformation, and I offer and invite you to look at this within yourself, to really inquire what it is that you're afraid to change, because change has got to happen, and it has got to happen now. And it's every breath, and yet it's also a lifetime and a mission and a blueprint of change that's unique to you. And I have my own unique blueprint and mission, and so do you. And you need to find it and discover it more than ever before. And you need to change what's no longer working so that you can embody that blueprint and become whole as you move through this epic journey with me. So thank you so much. I'm enjoying the liquidity of the water. It has been a huge healer for me, and I look forward to continue to show up for change and be the change and not be afraid of change within myself, so that I can become whole, and in that wholeness I really land and anchor what I'm here to be and do for humanity. And I look forward to seeing some of you on this journey as it unfolds. Mahalo keakua. Thanks for showing up and listening in. I'll see you soon.